Medical errors in healthcare, the impact. A traveling nurse once administered a tube feeding formula to a patient via wrong route. She connected a gastrointestinal formula to a central intravenous line. Instead of the formula going to the stomach, the formula was connected to the vein. This resulted in patient's death. The nurse will never feel the same. Besides being terminated from her job, she will forever carry the guilt of causing patient a fatal harm. Imagine this patient was your mother, your sister, your aunt, or even your friend. This seems like an extreme case, but it did happen. It shook me to my core when I heard about it. The truth is, no one is immune to medical errors. Healthcare providers can also be a victim of it. What then constitute medical errors, you may ask? According to eMedicine Health, medical errors are mistakes in healthcare that are preventable and that occur in hospitals, clinics, surgery centers, doctor's offices, nursing homes, pharmacies, and yes, at home. They could be medication errors, surgical, treatment errors, and environmental errors that can include fall. They can all result in injury or death. In the aforementioned patient's case, it was preventable medication error. Her case was unfortunately one of the fatal ones. Was this error preventable? Totally. The next important question to address is how and why they occur. But before we move to that, I would like to show a couple of slides of when wrong medication is being given and the facial reactions after it's been discovered. Different types of medical errors occur when healthcare providers engage in unsafe acts. An unsafe act, as coined by the psychologist James Reason, is an action that violates policies and procedures but may be done to save time. In other words, taking shortcuts and skipping necessary steps. An example of that in relation to medication administration is when a nurse fails to incorporate all the rights of medication administration. And this may include the right patient, the right medication, the right dose, the right time, the right route, the right reason, and the right outcome, and so on. Certainly, one or more of these rights was violated in the fatal incident. In some instances, lack of information technology infrastructure like electronic medical records can be the cause. Communication is another reason why medication error can occur. Either lack of it or inadequate communication or improper communication, it could also lead to medical error and harm to the patient. If pertinent information is not exchanged among caregivers and between patients, and especially between patients and their caregivers, preventable errors can still occur. A recent 2016 report, according to Johns Hopkins patient safety experts, states more than 250,000 patients' deaths per year are due to medical errors in the United States. It was concluded to be the third leading cause of death in the US. So, what are the implications of these medical errors? In other words, who pays? Who suffers? The patients suffer physically, emotionally, financially, via direct and indirect costs, such as insurance copay, disability costs, loss of wages, and childcare costs. Family also suffer. As with the patient, they suffer emotionally via anger, distrust, and fear, etc. Financial implication for family is through loss of wages and disruption of family life, etc. Healthcare provider implications include emotional in form of shame, guilt, self-doubt. They also face ethical issues on whether or not to report error for the fear of disciplinary action. They experience discomfort being transparent with the patient regarding the error. They may face possible termination and/or litigation and possible loss of license. Implications for organization range from legal to ethical to financial and administrative costs, and these costs are very substantial. Societal impact include increase in Medicare, other insurance, and non-reimbursed costs. Preventable medical error is costly to the economy. In 2016, Ken Perez, the author of Human and Economic Cost of Medical Error, cited the report of 1999 Institute of Medicine that estimated the annual cost of medical errors to be between $17 and $29 billion annually. This statistics is astronomical. So, what then is the course of action? How do we, as healthcare givers or providers, prevent these errors? The following solutions are proposed. Improve care coordination, facilitate patient engagement, require pharmacist follow-up, enhance technology intervention, increase incentive payments, update accreditation, and educating the patient and the caregivers. Lastly, this organization has created a culture of safety environment where caregivers can feel free to report errors. And we have put provision in place to care for traumatized caregivers that may be affected, along with patients and their families, to help them heal. For health caregivers that is connected for all health caregivers connected in one way or the other to the patient as they navigate our system, it is critical that you adhere to safety policies and procedures, not skip any critical steps in providing services to the patient, and ensure clear and adequate communication throughout the organization. Remember the oath, do no harm. Let us all remember the reason why we are in this profession in the first place: to treat, protect, advocate for people that place their trust in our hands. Lastly, remember the culture of safety. Do not be afraid to report any safety issues concerning patient care. This is another way delivery system can be improved to safely care for our patients. I'm going to leave you today with this famous quote: your customer doesn't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I urge you all to show that you care by keeping your patients safe. Thank you.